So yes, guys, it's actually happening. Space Marine 4 has been officially revealed. It took 40,000 years in development. No, I'm just kidding. But we got some official news today from the dev team that we're going to be going over. You know, they responded about some interesting things. And it seems like the dev team also wants to know what you want to see next. More co-op? Would you like to see more PvP? Well, this is the time to voice your opinion. And yes, is the player base being far too harsh on the dev team? Is the hate towards Saber unjustified? We got to talk about that one as well. Also, get this, going to be working on an entirely brand new roadmap, which seems to bode very well for whatever is coming up in year 2 for Space Marine 2. So that's really, really cool. A lot of people were concerned, of course, hey, you know, Space Marine 3 was announced, they're going to abandon Space Marine 2. That's definitely not the case based on things that we're going to be talking about today. But we're also going to be getting into some very critical feedback from the community. But you know what? I say we start out with what is officially happening around Space Marine 2. And also remember, I'm doing a very big $70 game giveaway. So for a chance to win a game of your choice, see that top pinned comment and follow that link. And yeah, good luck to the winner. And by the way, I did reveal the winner of the Assassin's Creed Shadows giveaway on Twitter, so you could check that out in the description. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the official stuff, shall we? So here we are. On the official Discord, this was asked. 2 things, because I don't see anyone bring it up. How are you doing today? And number 2, any plans for Iron Hand? And the response about Iron Hands, because I've heard you guys mention it before, is if there are any plans, they're not on the short term, that's for sure. But it would be really, really cool to see Iron Hands. And they're not outright saying, hey, no, this is not happening. But yeah, maybe that will happen in the future, but not the near future. Now, we also have, will we still be receiving a community update for this month? And the confirmation is yes, and we are nearing the end of the month. So expect that to drop basically any moment. It could drop by this Friday, or it could, of course, drop this weekend or next Monday. I got this question right here, which I've seen asked time and time again. We still can't replay the intro without restarting the campaign. That intro is iconic, and we got a response here, and that will probably won't change anytime soon. Since the intro is linked to a lot of things in the back end of the game, it's not easy at all to isolate the intro level and make it available separately like the rest of the campaign. I really think that goes to say that people want more of like the Death Watch type experience in the game though. I think it would be amazing to have some sort of prequel content that we can explore, even if it's like an operation, something that can further provide more insight into Titus' story. That would be badass and something that I think a lot of us would love to see, and also change up things around Space Marine 2's operations as well. Now, we also have this one right here. Kind of feel like the double up event is a waste of time. I mean, we have the new 7 patch bringing the prestige ranks out soon, and yet we won't gain any benefits from the double up event. That will end up before it drops, since the characters are max level and the guns are all leveled up. Also, the current currency cap on dockets and armory data leaves me nothing to buy until the new cosmetics are out. I'm really looking forward to patch 7 and playing the new operation with the hard work you have all put into it. However, I must admit that only having the bulwark having the cloth color changeable is a slight letdown. Also, can we not have something similar to Dark Tide and spend out dockets and data cosmetics like a simple red weapon skin? Guess what? We got a response, so let's check it out. Here it is. Not everyone has put the same amount of time as you did in the game, which means a lot of players are not level 25 on every class. This kind of event may be pointless for players who already maxed everything out, but please remember that you're a small part of the player base. And they did go on to say something interesting, that April will be seeing an event that's more suitable for everyone. So yes, that's going to be interesting. They're going to be changing up those community events, it seems like, based on some of the feedback. And yeah, this next one got me very curious. Check it out. Once I have more info, the next roadmap is not ready yet, not at all. We'll have to be patient. So if you're wanting a roadmap to drop like tomorrow, that's not going to be happening. However, this sounds like it's going to be quite the roadmap because it is very much in the conceptual stages. This might be kind of like a tease, but they are thinking about year 2 right now and getting that perhaps ready. I can't wait to see what they're going to be bringing for year 2. I'm hoping, cross my fingers, that it's beefier content than what we have seen so far, but honestly, I don't expect things to change. And you know, a perfect year 2 for me personally would be for them to narrow the vision down and to focus up on operations and horde mode and just rotate between those two. Now, interestingly, the dev team is also wondering what you guys would like to see from the future. This was in a recent interview with Tim Willits of Saber Interactive. And he goes on to say this right here: we just need to get through the next week or so to figure out where people are leaning. Are fans loving the co-op, or are they loving the PvP, or do our fans just want more campaign? So we just need a little more time to know exactly which direction we're going. And the thing is, I believe they've already pretty much confirmed that we're not going to be getting more campaign. Just know that. I believe that's 100% confirmed. But when it comes to PvE versus PvP content, that's always been a discussion on this channel for sure when it comes to Space Marine 2. And this is the time to sound off big time. Again, I really think they need to hone in on the PvE stuff. Go all in on operations and horde mode and really go after that. Have events around both of those. And yeah, again, it's safe to say that I think most of you guys are in PvE anyway. Now, also we have this interesting topic right here. Check it out. Space Marine 2 is an amazing game, and Saber does not deserve the amount of hate and complaints they get when they have always been transparent with us. Do you guys agree with this statement? It got 5,700 upvotes though, and here's some responses. My only complaint is the loading times. I play a lot more if I didn't spend 30 seconds on every loading screen that has nothing to look at, not even tips. I'm kind of curious to see what platform you guys are on when experiencing these like loading issues. I don't really have too many loading issues, so I'm wondering if it's a platform issue, a console issue, or more PC side things. Sound off if you're having those issues and what platform you are actually on. But yeah, someone also noted this right here. The people complaining are probably the same people who buy Call of Duty every year. You know, I think people are expecting constant, instant gratification with Space Marine 2 when it comes to how the developers roll out content for this game. They were very clear at the beginning, this is not a live service game, that is just not happening. But, you know, I've also heard the case that, you know, the Space Marine 2 devs are just absolutely lazy. And the thing is, what people don't realize is they are right now working on Turok Origins. So I'm kind of curious to see how this goes once that game releases. And I'm going to be rotating between both Space Marine 2 and Turok Origins. And that's something that I see myself absolutely loving. And it's going to add a lot of variety to the library of Saber games. And I think that's kind of the idea that Saber is having right now. But it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Space Marine 3 when it comes to either a live service approach or if they're going to keep going with what they did with Space Marine 2. But I just think a lot of you guys want more content more often because you just love Space Marine 2 that much. So I completely get where you guys are coming from when it comes to like, hey, we want more content, you know. This drip feeding stuff is just not enough. The Warhammer universe is so rich in content, give us more. So I do get that 100%. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and talk about, yes, your top comments. Remember, leave a comment down below. It could end up in a future video. And also, remember, I am still doing my big $70 game giveaway. So for a chance to win a game of your choice, see that top pinned comment. So let's get into your top comments, shall we? So let's do this. All right, so the first top comment comes from, I still want my bots to have a team perk, my lord. I've heard this also, yeah. And also it would be neat to be able to customize your bots completely. The look, what weapons they carry around, that would be very cool. I would love that. And even have some more commands that you can give them. Kind of like, you know, I always refer to even Rainbow Six Vegas, you know, that old style of the game. If they could tap into that sort of thing for the AI bots, that'd be very cool. Now, we also have Chaos Operations would be lit, but I'd settle for Chaos playable in Horde mode. Maybe that would make more sense as well. They have commented, I believe, that they are not going to be doing Chaos Operations. So that has been confirmed. Would be very cool. However, I do see that it is possible that they could do something around, I don't know, the Death Watch perhaps, a prequel type operations thing. That would actually make sense. But maybe they want to reserve that for, I don't know, Space Marine 3. But man, that would be badass. Next up we have, give me a chain axe, blood for blood god. Hell yes. Also we have, I want chaos customization and the ability to play as chaos in horde mode. Once again, you know, a big topic. And this was being mentioned in the comments so much if you missed my previous video, that it was teased that we're going to be getting some sort of chaos content but they didn't want to like overdo the tease. You know what I mean? They didn't exactly say it's going to be for horde mode, but it was in response to a horde mode question, and they said that it's not going to be what you expect though. So don't like get too excited, of course, but we'll see what it is. Hopefully it's something really good. Also, we have this one right here. Adding a knife to a heavy is completely, utterly impossible. Modders, look at my heavy with every melee weapon. Yeah, the modding community, dude, they've just done some absolutely crazy, amazing stuff. Would be nice to see official mod support come to consoles, by the way. I'm just saying that would be very, very cool. And again, it'd be also awesome if Saber could open the doors up to hiring some of these modders. That way we would actually get far more updates. So yeah, that would also be really cool. Now, we also have this one right here. I think everyone forgets that Saber devs still have to get permission from Games Workshop to do things. If they are claiming that it is impossible, it may not be a technical thing, but an intellectual property thing. That's always been the challenge with the Warhammer IP when it comes to the gaming space, especially. They have to go through so many approval processes. It's just, yeah, it's one barrier after another. It does make sense that, of course, you would want the lore to be protected. A lot of you guys actually respect that, and it makes 100% sense. But I hope that in the case of like with year 2, that they're really plotting and planning really ahead of time with Workshop to get things out in a more speedy manner, and especially for Space Marine 3. I think they should plot it all out way ahead of time, get everything approved, you know, years before it happens, so they know what they're doing and they just get things out. But anyway, that's my opinion on things. But thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned here for more Space Marine 2 news. I have you guys covered as always. Thank you all so much for the love and support, by the way, and I will see you all next time. Take care.